YouTube, welcome to Upside DIY. So I finished up pretty much this harness, and then I'm trying to make like a tripod, or not a tripod, but something to swivel a camera. I could hook this up onto a camera and use the front and things and point it down to something that I'm working on, like a circuit, or just taking apart electronics or something. I also have this piece right here that I'm testing just out of plastic bottles. Maybe I could use a whole plastic bottle, but I gotta learn how to boil and bend the plastic without it being too bad or anything. Maybe put some holes in there and tie a string and things like that. So I'm going to show you guys some of my other random DIYs that go good with some of the other stuff that I'm doing or have. Was a nice scraper. And with that scraper, it's for tumbled rocks and digging out cracks in rocks or something. But I collected these and I actually realized these make good tumblers. You could put some sand and things in there, and a powder. Always keep it in there. You could drop a rock or two in there, and then tumble the rock, and you can see all the flaws in the cracks and things. Maybe shake out the powder. I also showed you on the last video I didn't show you these other hair clippers that I have. So I got to pretty much clean that, but I have a hair clipper here and a hair clipper there. So I'm trying to make it like a hair clipper kit just in case I see someone that might need a haircut and things, and charge maybe $5 to $10. So there's a few random DIYs that I didn't show on camera, but I have a pot of dirt to try to plant these in. So I got them sitting right here on my front porch, but it didn't really do that good for this pepper. This pepper plant kind of fell. So there's just a lot of random things that are happening. Even having this ladder right here, I have a wooden ladder, but it comes in handy for like when I'm carrying something. It comes in handy like a bucket and things, but I still need to cut my these wood pieces for a turntable. They're gonna be complete squares and stuff. But other random DIY, since I'm close to my front porch and front door, I cleaned my pond. So I pulled or I got these back indoor. They're gonna this stuff right here, and even with the garbage bags right here, is a good idea of how to sort out stuff. It comes really in handy to really see everything, and then pick out whatever good, and sort out and separate stuff. And most of these bags are already sorted out, and I could just with bottles and 2-liter soda bottles and coffee creamers and milk jugs, I could store sand and just a lot of stuff. But this is a good idea to have garbage bags and sorting bins. And just stuff, I'm storing stuff away that you may not have seen. I could put some shoes in something like this, since I don't have a shoe rack. Just air like a fan. This kind of helps filter out any dust and have cleaner air and things. But I just store these for now, but if I could set these up, they would work good together. So I'm doing so many random DIYs right here. Is pretty much just handcrafting. So I'm handcrafting stuff out of reusing a lot of the materials that most people wouldn't have thought of. But yeah, making smaller ponds or something, maybe a quarantine set up and things like that. Or I wanted to use these as planters. Maybe they can be used as planters. It's a nice sound, having a good peace of mind that plants can grow in this. But I haven't seen any yet. But yeah, but this is kind of a cool DIY. Having situations for funnels and these bottles is another cool DIY. It really saves a lot of time, and you get so much sorting out done, and so I might as well re-show you guys some of the skateboard stuff that I'm doing. It's actually on top of my camping backpack. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but this is a really good outdoor type of system to go out rock collecting, sifting, harvesting. But I still need to finish this stuff up. There's other things that I'm adding, like skateboard tails and things like that. But I just wanted to show you this DIY too. It's really good DIY if you have this type of stuff going. And then here's just some more skateboard stuff. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but if I make another video and just show you what's in front of me, it's just some skateboard parts that I need to clean up and spray paint. So most of it's been cleaned up. I did a lot with these. I pulled out the wheel bearings. I got, you gotta use oil, and then just with the bearing puller, I got to, test some spray painting the washers, knowing how to, what these parts are, knowing what I need and assemble. And then most importantly, I pretty much have a toolbox with some grease. That's pretty much right there. So yeah, I can't wait to really get caught up with a lot of the skateboards and the outdoor backpack and camping. So here's some more stuff, extension cord or whatnot, and just it's really good to have things sorted. I've got this right here. It's from a paint bucket. It's pretty much the seal, or and then you pull this off, and then you pull out the lid. But I measured things out, probably 2 inches, and it's going to help me make holes for other sifters and things like this. Try to line up the holes and this and that, but sometimes you really don't know where to start, or things aren't even and in a straight line. If I wrap this around a bucket, or I'm looking at that back barrel, and I don't have a sifter made out of one of those, but yeah, I made this, and it's just hardware stuff like this, but there's a bucket right here, and having like the lid and stuff, I could so the lid is kind of in here, but you kind of get the point of just saving up your buckets and lids and using them to help store rocks or pebbles and minerals for aquascaping. And that brings me to pretty much how to sort out, filters. I'm just storing up whatever I can, but by color coding, like this blue bin underneath this, I could really have a sense that's going to go good with some of my other bins and things that that are going with the fish and pond, and I won't really use that, just like with the bucket and things, and having a sifter. I'll know what things are used for, and then I could prepare a lot faster for whatever I need to work on. And even like this clear tub on top of this, I just other items that are already stored, I could resort and restore a lot of this stuff. This is actually white gravel. You may not have seen it or anything, but or it just lets me know what's going on. And so far, I've got those 2 large sorting bins, so these things might have to find somewhere else to go. And this could, kind of be sorted out and used for sorting something. But yeah, just having things that actually remind you, or maybe used for something else that I still need to clean up and figure out, maybe some stuff that doesn't belong and things like that. I'll never really I really won't really know unless it's clean, and then if it's sorted out nicely. But these things still aren't sorted out, but having a fish net and stuff kind of have a fish net right here. This is actually good for outdoor and things. The fish don't really see it, but it's got to be for tide pools and shallow pools. It's very compact. There's no handle or anything on it. And then you net the specimen, and then you got to use a plastic cup and then scoop out the specimen, and then you can put it into a bucket. So I got to I found some other stuff that could go within this bag. These are foam for foot, for like shoes and soles. I glue those onto old shoes, or I could use them for helmets and things. I got this piece of foam. I could use, rebuild bicycle helmets with pieces of this and glue it on. So yeah, I just have to go around and resort a lot of stuff, like this stuff right here. It's like a piece of foil bag, but it's actually for painting my Batman symbols and things like that. I'm going to try to make a template and hopefully it works. But I'm going to fold this in half and try to make, and maybe tape it up. If I had, and then I'm going to use like a cutting board to cut this out. And the cutting board is kind of like right here. So, I still have to sort out a lot of stuff. This is for my LED lights, and some of this stuff in here is electrical tape. Put that there, so it's still sorting out. So this video is almost done and things, but let me show you how this sifter really is. There's like a top for, and there's holes on the top and there's holes on the bottom. This is, I actually have to plug this hole, but I could really rinse off small seeds from cantaloupe or peppers. So that kind of gets stored right there. So I let these pepper seeds dry. I don't know if I can sprout them or not, but the stuff on the porch didn't work that good. So also other hacks and stuff. Here's another sifter. There's a fine screen down there. So you take this whole thing out, put coffee in there, coffee beans, and then this actually holds the coffee beans, and up top you can pour out stuff. But when you fill up a coffee filter, you want to make water channels to let the water. So whenever you hear that, they're actually making channels for the water to flow more evenly. So I got some plums from that plum tree that I propagated maybe 3 years ago. So this is like one of my favorite new random tools, but I've got a lot of sorting out and stuff to do. There's other cool tools that I want to make for like bicycle chain or sprocket removal tools, and I've got 2 handles. I watch DIY videos and I could take notes and things like that to help me figure out what is actually useful. So there's just a lot of random DIY supplies being washed and considered to be useful. Maybe taking care of the screen is really good to have. And probably to end the video, there's probably twice as much that I need to review, but this is just cleaning up my pond stuff that I've been I cleaned up the pond. This used to have really dirty water, and then I'm going to make another video tomorrow about finishing up watering that pond. I might add, so I got most of the water is like 3/4 high, but originally, so I got another barrel of that, and that's the sifter or the filter right there. I'm gonna have to clean that out, and then I'm gonna make another video on how I cleaned up my backyard and stuff. And I was gonna put 3 barrels where I mix the potting soil and stuff. I'm gonna show you all that tomorrow. I have 3 of those containers. I cut off the top, and I'm gonna make this pond down here into just a gardening, for planters, and it's gonna really be easy to plant whatever I need, and then maybe pull. And then, yeah, just have nice plants, I guess, and then replanting them into planters. So I really like this setup. I might need another barrel or just to throw out some water. Then I'm going to do another video on just having my PCs test stuff, just having computers and things worked on a laptop, working on laptops, and I want to try to fix TVs in this area and pretty much clean up all this stuff and VCRs You know, I've got some work lights right there and stuff. But clean all this stuff up, and the TV that works, so I can plug the and test VCRs and clean out VCRs or things like that. So I'm gonna be cleaning up this stuff with my other things, and then I can move on to other DIY. Thanks for watching.